Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here coming to you live from Sun City in Arizona. This is going to be a very quick call. It's going to be on the chat in a few minutes. Anyway, wanted to pop on really, really fast because I had a little bit of time so that I could pop in and say good morning. Welcome to a super fantastic, sparkling Tune-Up Tuesday. And our topic of today is the room that never was. What is the room that never was? That is a really good question. And what does it have to do with Tune-Up Tuesdays? Well, if you have ever read the book The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews, you will know what the room that never was is. So in this book, our main character, and I love Andy Andrews' books because he tells stories that teach you great lessons. I learn by storytelling. If you sit there and go, well, if you take this and you do this and blah, 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 it's going to be like, wow, 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 to me. But if you turn around and go, well, we had this guy called Tom, and this is what Tom went and did, and da-da-da-da, and you tell it in story form, I'm all ears, all attention, learning away. I learn by story. It's one of my biggest ways of learning. Yes, there are times that I have to sit and struggle through the wah 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 wahs to try and decipher what the wah 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 wahs are. But when I hear stories, you have my full attention. And so the books that Andy Andrews writes are amazing like this because they are those parables. They are those stories that you learn by. Og Mandino, another great one with parables and things like that. There's a lot of great authors out there that tell great stories in parable form. Then you get, I don't know why this just popped into my head. I didn't even look it up. What's it called? I'll have to find that one. Trying to even think who wrote it. I think I know who wrote it, but I don't have time to look it up now. But I will mention it tonight on part 2 because it's a really cool book. It is for both the ones who just want the facts, how is it done, and the left page in the book is the facts and how you want it done, and the right page in the book is the story. And you can either read just the left pages or just the right pages or mix them together. It's completely up to you. So there's 3 different ways you can read the book. And it's a really great book. And I know it's got a yellow and purple cover with a butterfly on the front. So I'm going to look that book up and talk more about that one tonight. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about The Traveler's Gift with Andy Andrews. This is one of my favorite ones because it gets you thinking. And the last few days I've been posting some quotes in the Post, which is the Post community, which is a social community networking, or more of a social community for people to talk on that isn't part of Facebook. It's not part of any of your normal social media stuff. This is a completely separate platform, and I've been posting quotes in there on a daily basis. And today's quote was, the hardest challenge is to be yourself in a world where everyone is trying to make you be somebody else. And the action that goes with that is your action for today is to contemplate and discover a feature or a trait that is unique about you. And that's a really good challenge to do for Tune-Up Tuesday. What traits do you have that are unique to you? What traits do you have that you haven't discovered yet because you may not be ready? They may not be ready to be unveiled to you, or you may have missed the opportunity to bring them out and shine. But with the Traveler's Gift, this guy has lost his job, all of that, in despair, broke, stressed out, panicked, just at the end of his rope, literally. And he's trying to figure out what to do. Would it be best just to kill himself? Would it be best, what is he going to do in this situation? And he ends up becoming a traveler, which is traveling through time and meeting up with different people in historical events. And only the historical person he is talking with can see him and talk with him. Everybody else in the room will just see, like, he meets up with Abraham Lincoln. Everybody else in the room just sees Abraham Lincoln standing there talking to himself. They can't see who he is talking to. But from each person, he gets a letter with these 7 decisions in it. And he gets these different letters along the way and gathers them. And those are the only piece that he takes as he transports from one time zone to another, and one era to another. I mean, he even meets up with Anne Frank. He meets up with who else is there? Abe Lincoln, Anne Frank, George Washington Carver, and I can't remember the other three people, but the last person he meets up with is the Archangel Gabriel. And when he gets to this place, he has no idea where this place is. He's in this room. He looks down towards the right, towards the left. That's my left hand. Down towards the left, and he sees this aisle just full of all this stuff. And he can't see a wall at the end. It is so big he can't see the wall. He looks to the right, same thing. He looks straight ahead, no walls can be seen, just piles and piles and piles and piles of stuff. Anything from tires to cars to books to photographs, just a whole bunch of clothing, shoes. He describes in the book some of the stuff that he sees, and then he looks up and there's no ceiling. It just goes up for miles. And the Archangel Gabriel comes along, and they end up walking through and having this conversation. And he picks up this picture, which has a picture of two children in this photograph that look like him and his wife. And they're obviously siblings in this photograph. And it turns out they were kids that the arrival time for these two children that they were supposed to have passed them by. They missed the opportunity. And so as they're walking around and talking and everything about missed opportunities and stuff, he finally asks the Archangel Gabriel, what is this place? And the Archangel Gabriel replies to him, this is the place that never was. And he's like, what do you mean it's the place that never was? And he said, this is the place where and I'm going to read this out of the book. Archangel Gabriel said to him, this is the place where we keep all the things that we're about to deliver, just as a person stopped working and praying for them. The contents of this warehouse are filled with dreams and goals of the less courageous. Think about that. And when I read that piece the first time I read that piece in this book, I stopped and I thought, okay, the place that never was, missed opportunities. And I'm like thinking, what do I have in the place of missed opportunities? And I'm like thinking, oh, that is when you start thinking about that there's a room that has the results of all those opportunities that you followed, that you may have quit on early, given up on a dream or whatever. The results of those are sitting in this room. And they've even passed places where, he was shuffling through these old papers and it was just all these formulas and stuff. And he says, well, in your hands there you have, he said, I think it's on page 8, you've got the cure for pancreatic, liver, and colon cancer. And I was like, wow. And then there's this medal there. And he goes, well, what's this medal? He says, well, that's a medal that's been designed, that could have been designed to, that didn't dent when it had an impact. So it could have been great for automobiles and that sort of thing. And so they're going through this room and he's looking at some of the stuff and everything. And then he wants to take the picture with him. And Gabriel says, no, you can't take the picture. He says, that's missed. So you can't take that with you because it never was. The arrival times for those passed. So ask yourself a question as you contemplate your tune-ups. What opportunities are passing you by that you are not grabbing? What things are you not noticing that you should be noticing? And are you giving up on dreams too soon? What do you have in the room that never was? Think about that. That kind of changes your perspective on things, because when I saw that, I was like, So now I'm like going after goals and dreams and things like that. Whether I get them or not, I don't know. But all I know is that I have goals and dreams that I'm not giving up on, that I'm going to keep going with. Yes, there are some goals and dreams I know that I have given up on in the past, and the time for them has there's absolutely no way that they will happen. So I just have to go with what I have right now and keep moving forward and keep going after my goals and my dreams and finding ways to make them happen. So what do you have that is in the works right now where you're thinking of, oh, this is so hard, I'm going to give it up? Keep moving forward. You've got a seminar that you're already paid up for and you're going to go to, and then at the last minute you're like, I really don't feel like going. That is the best time to get off your butt and get to that seminar. There are so many times when I have my mastermind group meeting or I have a training session come up one weekend and I'm sort of like, I really don't feel like sitting there listening to all of that. And I'm like talking myself out of it. And then I wake up on the morning of the event and I'm in there, and I am so glad that I went because I got the information that I need to help me move to the next step. So what opportunities are you turning down because you don't want to, you don't feel like it? Maybe there's some help that you can get from somebody else to assist you with your I don't wantas. Maybe it's something that you really don't want to do because you don't like doing that particular task. Is there somebody you could hire to do that task for you? Do you have a teenager in your family that could do that task for you? Look around. Just don't turn around and say, I don't wanna. Look and see who is around that I can hire that can do that for me. I know that there's stuff that I absolutely detest doing, but right now I'm doing it anyway because I want to understand how the process works, because I need to know how the process works so I can write the process so I can give it to somebody to do. It's like, I really don't want to do that. Well, you're going to have to write the process. If you want somebody to do it, you're going to have to write the process. So now you need to understand it so you can get somebody so you can write the process for somebody to do it and make sure that the process works. So yeah, it's kind of like a catch-22 situation. I don't want to, but I need somebody to, and I got to do it so I can get somebody to do it. But anyway, think about it today. What opportunities are you passing by that could end up in the place that never was? Have a super fantastic Sparkling Tune-Up Tuesday, and we'll catch you guys back here later this evening. Hei konara. Oh, and if you want, I've put the link for the book in the description down below if you are interested in reading more about The Traveler's Gift. Have a super fantastic sparkling day, and we'll catch you guys back here later this evening. Hei konara.